today. And I just want to start by saying thank you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart, thank you. There's millions and millions of people who owe you because you stuck with it and you keep defending it. 13 years later, it's easy to forget what life was like for hardworking families before the Affordable Care Act. You know, but all of you remember. Remember when a parent with a heart disease or diabetes or a child with asthma couldn't get coverage because of a pre-existing condition? Remember when women had to pay more for insurance because they had a pre-existing condition? They were a woman? Not a joke. Say it today to people, they look at you like you're kidding me. But that was the case. Remember when you couldn't leave a dead-end job because you couldn't risk losing your health insurance? Remember when a 22-year-old kid could get kicked off his parents' plan because he graduated from college? Remember the donut hole when seniors on Medicare reached a point every year when they had to pay the full cost of the drugs out of pocket? Remember when millions of low and middle income families, particularly those families, were locked out of health insurance because there was no way they could afford it. None. I said earlier, my friends heard me say this before, I can remember we lived in a 3-bedroom split-level home, and my bedroom was up against the wall where my parents' bedroom was, and my dad's headboard was there. And I remember I was like 14 years old. I remember my dad, I could see, he could hear he was just restless. And I asked my mom the next morning, went to work, what's the matter? She said, well, his company just told him they're not going to pay for health insurance anymore. How many people lie in bed, wake, wondering? Remember when insurance companies could cut you off halfway through chemo? Because you reached the limit, what they were willing to pay? I remember, I talked to you about this, Chris, when my son Bo was dying in the hospital because he had stage 4 glioblastoma. And I got a call from someone asking me for help because they thought they were going to have their insurance cut off because they ran out of time. And I thought to myself, what in God's name would I do? Had they come along and said, sorry, you've run out of your coverage. Folks, at the most vulnerable point in a person's life, the moment when you really need it, you could hear the word, sorry, your insurance has run out. Folks, our MAGA Republican friends, and by the way, I want to be clear, there's some good, decent Republicans out there. I'm not suggesting this is all about bad Republicans. But this new crowd it's not this ain't your father's Republican Party. They may have forgotten all I just said, but I haven't.
Greetings, friends. Happy Thursday to all of you. Extra money is available right now to be claimed. The Internal Revenue Service has just confirmed that millions of Americans are missing out on about $1,000. This is due to not claiming crisis-era tax credits. But friends, it is not too late to receive this relief. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video, because I'll be going over everything that you need to know. Also, tomorrow, I will be announcing 2 winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaways, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos. Make sure that you are also subscribed to my channel and comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. As we progress through the 2023 tax season, many Americans have their eyes on a potential tax refund. But receiving money back from the government can actually be a double-edged sword. According to several tax experts, earning a large tax refund may mean that you gave Uncle Sam an interest-free loan throughout the course of the year, instead of putting that money to work for you in other ways. The majority of people who file a U.S. tax return every year end up receiving a refund. For the 2021 tax year, which involved tax returns filed in 2022, U.S. individual taxpayers logged an average federal refund of $1,798. But there is only a month left to file your federal income taxes, unless you live in Alabama, California, or Georgia. In the 8 weeks since the IRS started accepting tax returns, the agency has processed 63 million returns and has issued almost 50 million tax refunds. If you filed early, you might be wondering when you're going to receive your tax refund. The good news, friends, is that 90% of eligible taxpayers should receive their refunds within 3 weeks of filing. Setting up direct deposit for your tax refunds speeds things up quite a bit. Paper checks can take 6 to 8 weeks to arrive by mail. The quickest way to monitor your tax refund is with the IRS's Where's My Refund tool. It is a page which also lets you know if your return has been rejected because of errors. The earliest early birds who filed their tax returns in January might have been frustrated to learn that by law, the IRS could not issue their refunds until mid-February if they claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit. But taxpayers who qualify for this credit will certainly find it to be well worth the wait when their refund arrives much larger. The Earned Income Tax Credit is a tax break for low to moderate income households. It's a refundable credit, which means that it can be used to reduce any tax bill you owe, and whatever is left over will come back to you as part of your tax refund. It is also important to remember that you can qualify with or without children. Today, the Earned Income Credit saves 31 million taxpayers and their families more than $60 million. Last year, the average Earned Income Tax Credit recipient received $2,043 from the credit. Alabama residents could soon receive a tax rebate of up to $800 very soon. Governor Kay Ivey proposed a one-time tax rebate from Alabama that would give $400 to individuals and $800 to married couples. Along with the one-time tax rebate from Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey also proposed a 2% pay raise for teachers and state employees. Governor Ivey's proposed one-time tax rebate is about double the amount that many lawmakers discussed initially. This rebate, however, will go to those who filed state income tax returns and meet the income threshold. As per the Alabama Department of Revenue, part-year single residents are required to file a return if their annual income is more than $4,000, while Alabama residents and joint filing Alabama residents are required to file a return if their annual income is more than $10,500. Alabama has two budgets, the General Fund and the Education Trust Fund. The budget that funds education has a rare surplus of $2.8 billion, while the state's general fund has a surplus of $351 million. Governor Ivey proposed around $8.8 billion for the Education Trust Fund budget and around $2.9 billion for the general fund budget. Once approved, both budgets will be the largest ever for the state of Alabama. Lawmakers will now debate the proposed spending plans before arriving at the final version of the legislation. It must be noted that lawmakers will have to pass the one-time rebate in a separate bill. But once the rebate is approved, it will take the authorities about 60 to 90 days to issue the checks. Well, my awesome and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Thursday. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community and for being here every single day. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Thursday.